Today we're diving into the music of Interstellar and how Hans Zimmer's score does something absolutely incredible. See, it's not just background music, it's a storyteller. It's basically a character in its own right, telling this epic story of love, time, and space.
So let's get right into it. We're so used to thinking of a film's score as just, setting the mood. But what happens when the music stops being background and starts driving the whole story forward?
And this quote right here from theorist Ney Carrasco really hits the nail on the head. He says, with other music, it would be another film. And for Interstellar, that's not an exaggeration. The score is woven into its very DNA. Change the music, and you fundamentally change the movie. So what this really boils down to is a massive shift in thinking. Music isn't just in that left column anymore, just complementing what we see. No. In a film like Interstellar, it's firmly on the right. It's an active narrative element. It's not just supporting the story. In so many ways, it is the story. Okay, so if the music is a storyteller, then how was it born? Well, Christopher Nolan and Hans Zimmer used this brilliantly unconventional method. Seriously, it's not how film scores are usually made. Get this. This whole process completely flips the script. Nolan didn't give Zimmer a finished movie to score. He started by giving him a simple one-page letter about a father and his daughter. No sci-fi, no spaceships. Zimmer then wrote a piece of music based only on that feeling, and Nolan used that music as the very heart of the film, building parts of the movie around it. And that right there, that's the secret key that unlocks the entire score. This epic journey through wormholes and galaxies, it was never really about outer space. It's about the unbreakable bond between Cooper and his daughter Murphy. So how in the world do you tell a story of love that stretches across galaxies? Well, Zimmer uses a really elegant tool, a simple, repeating musical idea called a motif. You can think of this little melody as its own character, one that we follow throughout the entire film as it changes and evolves.
This one melody charts an incredible journey. It starts with Cornfield Chase, where the music feels hopeful, curious, and intimate. It perfectly scores this moment that establishes that special, intellectual bond between Cooper and Murphy.
But then, the mission takes a turn. On Miller's planet, time dilation is a brutal reality. Every hour for Cooper is years back home. When he gets back to the ship, he learns he's lost over 23 years with his children, and he has to face that right then and there. This is one of the most powerful scenes. As Cooper watches years of video messages from his son, their motif is there, playing softly. But the second his daughter Murphy appears on screen, now the same age as him, the music just cuts out. It's replaced by this hollow, devastating silence. That silence says more than any music could, showing us just how broken that connection has become. So all of this emotional turmoil builds to one of the most mind-bending climaxes in cinema history. Cooper falls into the gargantua black hole, and instead of being crushed, he ends up inside this tesseract. It's a place where time becomes a physical landscape that he can literally move through. And in that moment, he has this massive realization. He was the ghost in Murphy's room the whole time. And here, the music, the track called S.T.A.Y., brings their motif roaring back to life. It's not gentle anymore. It's thunderous. It's desperate. It's powerful. Because he's no longer a passive observer. He is actively using gravity to communicate across time and save everyone.
The music makes this wild, abstract idea feel totally real. As Ackerman puts it, it's Cooper's love for Murphy that's the real force transcending everything. Love isn't just a feeling here. The music turns it into a physical, quantifiable force. Their motif becomes the very sound of that love, breaking through dimension.
But listen, it wasn't just what notes Zimmer wrote. It was how they were played. His choice of instruments was absolutely essential for grounding these huge cosmic ideas. And his two most powerful instruments were the pipe organ and pure silence.
So why an organ? I mean, it's an unusual choice for a sci-fi film, but as Christopher Nolan explains, the organ is literally powered by breath. It's this profoundly human instrument, full of air and life, that's always been used to try and touch the divine, the infinite. It's the perfect sound for humanity reaching out into the great unknown.
And on the flip side, you have silence. Think about this. There's over 150 minutes of music in this film. That's a lot.
But what that does is it makes the moments of complete silence absolutely deafening. They're used so strategically to amplify that feeling of isolation in space, or like we saw, to give these emotional moments an incredible gut-punching weight.
All right, so we've got our melody, and we've got our sound. Now let's bring it all home and see how these musical threads weave together to deliver the film's final, beautiful, and profound message. When Cooper finally reunites with the now elderly Murphy, their theme comes back in the track, Where We're Going. But it's different now. It's soft, it's gentle, it's resolved. The music is telling us that even after a literal lifetime of separation, that bond, the very heart of the movie, is still there, unbroken. The music confirms the film's most radical, most beautiful idea, that the father-daughter bond is stronger than gravity, stronger than space, stronger than time itself. It's an idea that was actually proposed earlier in the film by Amelia Brand, and the entire score is basically an argument in favor of this very question. It's designed to make us feel the answer. It takes this really abstract physical concept and translates it into something we understand on a deep emotional level. So, when you think about it, Hans Zimmer's score doesn't just accompany the story of Interstellar, it is the story. It's the dictionary that translates the insane physics of time and gravity into the one language we all understand, the language of love.
And that's the powerful idea the music leaves you with. It's a question that takes what could have been just another sci-fi epic and turns it into this unforgettable statement about what it really means to be human.